All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. Bandwagon Wednesday around Raiderland. You know what that means, the ones you're on, the ones you're off, sports or otherwise. We're coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios. We got some Arctic air coming in the next few days. If it's too Arctic for you, you need to call the bear. All right, you guys, we'll let you get in. You know what to do, the early arrivals. You let us know the audio is good, the video is good, all that wonderful stuff. How do you do that? Give us thumbs up. Let us know it's looking good. Put something in the comment box. Say, hey, coming in loud and clear. And then the next thing you do after that, what do? You share the dog out of it. You put it out there. You put it on Twitter. You put it on Facebook. You let people know, hey, this is what we're doing tonight. We're hanging out with Ryan Hyatt and Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. We're talking Bandwagon Wednesday, Tech basketball, NFL, NCAA, Al Michaels, all of those things. And that's what we're going to do. Now, if you are getting us on X, clean up your life, get off the drugs. No, if you're on Twitter, now X, and YouTube, you use the United Supermarkets text line to comment, 806-772-0197. That's 806-772-0197. For those of you on the United Supermarkets text line. Facebook people, you get in the normal comment way you do. In 3, in 2, good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, where you start your day. You could have started today with the Raiderland hot links. Cool stuff. Vanna White, Waylon Jennings, Texas Tech, Billy Shoes Johnson. We got all the stuff going on there. Check it out every morning. It gives you a heads up on what we're going to do, and you get our thoughts on everything from Tech basketball and football, and that's just a good way to do it. So theraiderland.com. We are brought to you tonight from the Arctic Air Studios, not just by United Supermarkets and the text line, 806-772-0197, but by our good friends at McAlpin Chiropractic. That's right. You knew you get a chiropractor, somebody that maybe Texas Tech has trusted over the decades with their high-level athletes. You need Kevin McAlpin. And, of course, Pete's Tire Service in Robesville. Now, you're saying, I don't live in Robesville. No. Roadside assistance all around the South Plains. Put it in your phone. Have it whenever you travel around the area, because you don't have to be driving a big old truck or a tractor. They'll come fix your little car. It's all right. They are not even going to laugh. But Pete's Tire Service, they'll get you thinking, oh, yeah, and you can buy tires there. But just please, if you travel around the area, put it in your phone. And if you ever need them, call them, say, hey, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland said you guys are the ones to call. And they're going to say, damn right we are. Craig is watching. Celia's watching. Chris is watching. Craig, the talking box is indeed on. What are we going to do tonight? Well, we got a couple of different things. Bandwagons, you're on and you're off. That means stuff you're supporting, stuff you're not supporting, sports or otherwise. We have Tech basketball to look at. I don't know where you guys are completely on this men's basketball team. Lady Raiders won today easily over Incarnate Word Education game day. I texted Finkner before the broadcast and said, my prayers are with you. 10,000 elementary age kids screaming for an hour and a half. I had the worst headaches I've ever had doing those games. God bless you. So hopefully it was all right. They won easily today. Men win last night, 82-76. Was that? Yeah, 82-76 over Roller Roberts. With Cambridge out, we wanted to see what it was going to look like. It was kind of interesting. Get your thoughts on that tonight. And then let's see. What else were we? Oh, yeah, the NCAA's lost in court again. Shocking. Over transfer rules and limitations. This is I believe a Northern Virginia court, TRO, temporary restraining order. For those of you in Muleshoe, they lose in court every time they go to court. Anybody still rooting for the NCAA? It's going to go away. So we have all that. Get your thoughts on basketball. Bandwagons, you're on. Bandwagons, you're off. Things you're supporting, things you're not supporting. All right? And then I want you guys to rank Al Michaels on your all-time favorite announcers list. We find out this week, NBC says, we're not going to have him do any NFL playoff games this year. Dude's called 11 Super Bowls. That's the same amount as Pat Summerall. Dude's one of the best. I think he's great. We did the commentary today, 60 seconds of Raiderland. Are you getting that? Are you watching that? TheRaiderland.com. You can get it. I think he's great. Where do you rank Al Michaels? I'll tell you why I think he's so good as we go through. All right, let's see. I got to back up and see some of the comments. Hi there, Damon. Chris, need my wife to sponsor you and our fence business at EFW. We can do that. Yeah, we'll make it happen. Send me an email, something. Men's basketball work in progress. Good way to put it there, John. Either James, either Gary. Yeah, so bandwagons you could be on, bandwagons you could be off. I wrote on the column today, and I'm never on it, but the last couple of days in Lubbock, I've come up on four-way stops, the old four-way stop sign. You people are stupid. It's unbelievable. It truly is. It's dangerous. So to the county, that would be the county commissioners, to the city, that'd be the city council. Just make them all lights. Put the lights in. Spend the money. You're going to eventually put lights in at all these places. Just do it. You ham-hand it. You put these four-way stops in. Nobody knows what the hell to do. I mean, I do, but nobody else does. And obviously wasn't a high school coach who taught driver's ed in the summers. And they don't know what the hell to do. And they panic. And then, four-way death traps. Then part of the problem out here is everybody's too nice. No, you go. You go. No, you should go. I know I got here 4 cars before you. No, go ahead. No, yeah, you're waving people. Yeah. No, yeah. Come on, get going. And the guy it's lights. Put the lights in. It's not hard to do. It can't be that expensive. You got the little solar panels up there on them now. Hell, we're probably, doesn't matter. That was one of the bandwagons I was off today. I really wasn't off a whole lot of bandwagons this week, probably on more than I was off. On the Al Michaels bandwagon, hearing that he got blindsided, as all announcers do, pretty much, when it's time for them to get fired. And then he got fired off the NBC postseason games. Even teach how to handle the four-way. So I don't know. Let's upgrade to circle yields. That will make it better, he said. Either or traffic circles or four-way stops. Traffic circle. I can do a traffic circle. I drove the hell out of the Toga traffic circle back in the day. I get on there, and until I ran out of gas, I was going around making laps, passing people. It was kick-ass. That was great. Michael's better than Collinsworth. Well, yeah, absolutely. See, I think Al Michaels is one of the last great multidiscipline announcers because he grew up on radio, because Teeth doing radio. And at 77, 78, what is he? They're going to shuffle him off to the side. He's been doing the Amazon thing Thursdays the last 2 years, and he's gotten in trouble because he's been honest. These are shit games. These are dog games. I wouldn't watch it if I wasn't announcing it. Roundabouts. No, traffic circles. A roundabout has only one lane. One lane. That's a roundabout. A traffic circle has like 6 or 7 lanes, like the old Tahoka traffic circle in Lubbock. Michaels is great. Maybe NBC is putting it all in. No, they're trying to get their guys that they know are going to be doing stuff. It's just like it's different from Musburger when he got run out at CBS, and the same thing with Gowdy in the 70s, that the networks then were worried that they were overexposed. Now it's just that Al Michaels is seen as an unhinged old guy who isn't afraid to say what he wants to say and isn't afraid to talk about gambling numbers and totals and all of that stuff. And that makes them nervous. So they're going to shuffle him off. And he can't be too upset because he really did his own thing. European vacation trip. Look, Big Ben. Look, kids. He kind of took the Thursday night gig as a moderate retirement deal, but he is one of the greatest ever. He started off doing radio and doing some TV, but doing radio with the Hawaii Islanders. That's a baseball team, AAA affiliate, back in the early 70s. And at a young age, in his early 20s, he ends up becoming the radio voice of some team called the Cincinnati Reds in the mid 70s, early 70s. Yeah, they weren't very good. You know, they were very good. And here he was, the voice of the Big Red Machine, and had a ton of radio. And then he goes to work for ABC in the late 70s, mid to late 70s, doing different assignments and everything else. And the cool thing about that back then is they had ABC Wide World of Sports, and you had to announce everything from cliff diving in Mexico to ice, snowmobile ice hockey in Russia, you name it. So it became multidisciplinary that way, just like Keith Jackson, just like Jim McKay, just like all the greats that came up, even though McKay and Jackson were predecessors. But they all had to do that stuff. James, should all announcers break in through radio before TV? 100% absolutely yes. I'd never hire anybody on TV who hadn't done radio, because radio forces you to think, use your brain, fill in the blank spots, have the ability to communicate, have the ability to do happy chat by play, have the ability to, in real time, see what you're seeing and describe it. Come on, Trevor, where are you at? What do you mean? Trevor, where are you at? What are we doing here? Off United Supermarkets text line, where you can go in today. You get some cool stuff. What state championship game are you most excited for? None. Looking forward to Gilmer Belleville. Belleville, or is that Beeville? Belleville. Gilmer hung 79 Glen Rose last week. Emerson Biggins. He said Biggins. We always root for the Biggins, don't we? Yeah. Tech needs to land him. I'm not really looking forward to any of them. No offense, but don't really care. Snowmobile ice hockey would be cool to watch. They used to do it. They're in Russia. I hope NBC does not go with Greg Olson. He drives me insane. Olson's one of the hottest announcers right now. He's a color guy, not a play-by-play guy, so you don't have to worry about it. Bandwagons, you're on. Bandwagons, you're off. NCAA lost again today. We can talk more about announcers and Al Michaels and where you think he ranks. We can do that. NCAA lost again today in federal court. Was that federal court? You got to double check. U.S. District Court, yeah. Issued a temporary restraining order on Wednesday against NCAA rule requiring multi-time transfers to sit out a season. The ruling, which came in the Northern District of West Virginia, Northern District, West Virginia. Opens the door for transfers sidelined due to NCAA rules to be eligible immediately. The TRO is active for just 14 days, however. The ultimate legal fate of the NCAA's transfer restrictions yet to be adjudicated. That's a fancy word from CBS Sports, meaning ain't got it fully rolled on. In the meantime, the decision marks another blow against the NCAA, reeling amid a changing landscape in college sports that has seen the organizing body lose its ability to effectively govern. Not effectively govern. They can't do anything. Summerall and Madden were great. Brookshire and Summerall were pretty good too before that. There were some others, but yeah, they were great. On the fake Greg Olson on the ticket bandwagon, are they doing one? Yeah. No one touches Dennis Miller. For 1 year, was it more than a year or not? Still like Aikman or lime Aikman? Somebody still limes Aikman. Sounds painful. Jimmy the Greek. I can't give you the line here, Brent, but I tell you what, me and the guys, we're thinking that the Eagles tonight, just maybe a little bit more than a field goal better than the Cowboys. Just a little bit more than a field goal. Everybody know what that means when they used to do that? I assume you do. Just, The Redskins today taking on the Giants, just a little bit more than a touchdown with everything we're seeing. Just a little bit more than a touchdown, Brent. That's what we're seeing. With all the changes in collegiate sports, is it safe to say a college player can play 7 years? No, not really. I think the standard will be 5 going forward. You get 5 years to play 5. Anymore, it takes 5 years to go to college. The idea of a red shirt, gone. You just get 5 to play 5. You get 5 years to play. And is anybody still rooting for the NCAA? Another loss today in the courts. They have no juice. They have no reason to exist other than here in about 5 to 7 years when they take over, or not take over, but continue to run the smaller classifications like they do. That's going to be it. But they're totally done. And they just keep losing and losing. The opposite of Trump. Lose and lose. COVID year goes away soon, yeah. Well, the whole thing, yeah, that was going to go away. But it's going to be 5 to play 5. You eliminate the red shirt. No need to say we're only going to play 4 years. And this. No, you get 5 years. They should do that. It would improve the game because then you can keep guys who have no chance of going pro. But now with NIL, they can make money in college playing for 5 years. They're never going to go play pro. So the college game would be much better off with guys playing their 3rd, 4th, and 5th year and getting really good. Not good enough to go to the NFL, but getting really good to play a really good band of college football. And now we can pay them. Now we can do what we're doing with Taj Brooks. Taj Brooks will make, if my numbers are close to right, Taj Brooks will make, if not as much, very close to what he would make if he were a late draft pick or not a draft pick at all, certainly in the NFL this year. You don't get him back in the old format. National Communist against athletes, Brian Bosworth, Orange Bowl, had 5 different teams with NIL. I don't care. Who cares if they transfer? Who gives a crap? Makes more, I bet, than what he would make in the NFL. I assume you're talking about Taj Brooks. Maybe. Very well could. He could make north of $300,000 or north of $900,000 next year. I hope he does. That's awesome. And you should think it's awesome too. But yeah, 5 years, get rid of the NCAA. NIL covers the cost of the 3rd, 4th, 5th year guys that keep them from coming out and never making an NFL roster. And then a month later, they're done. Why not keep these guys in college? Not give them a viable reason to stay in college, play college football for dear old alma mater, and everybody wins. The NCAA is, the NFL is going to get their players. Don't worry about that. They'll be fine. But if you can make the college product better by allowing transfers, and you're going to have to allow transfers, it's going to be court decided. NIL is already done. Let them play 5 years. No questions. No. You come out of high school, you got 5 years to play in college. Boom. Well, what about a medical deal? Okay, what about a medical deal? All right, every few years, a guy gets 6. There you go. Everybody's okay. And you can keep donating money to the Red Raider Club and the Matador Club and rooting for Texas Tech and whatever your favorite school is, and everything's going to be okay. Instead of scholarships, would contracts become common practice? No and yes. You will have scholarships. You will have contracts. But you only get the contracts until you take football away from the NCAA. It breaks away from the conferences the way we know it. And there are 60 some odd schools playing major college football under one umbrella, no conferences, divisions, just like NFL, And then that's how you can collectively bargain. It's the only way you can do it. You can't have a collective bargaining agreement with multiple conferences. If they're unionized, there's one union, there's one league. So if that's what you want to do, you've got to kill off the conferences playing football. Chris loves NIL and portal, makes offseason fun to watch. No more just one signing day. Shake it up. Shake it up. There you go. So do we get there? Yeah, we get there eventually on all of that. Off the United Supermarkets text line. This came in a few minutes ago. I apologize. I got to go back and forth. If you're watching on X, if you're watching on YouTube Live, use the United Supermarkets text line. You're home for tailgating. You're home for holiday shopping. You're home for everything. 806-772-0197. Do you think Troy Aikman and Joe Buck want to do over? They used to have the marquee game of the week on Fox. Now they get the leftovers on Monday night. I don't think so. The Monday night schedule and the way it's done, I think they like that. There's still a little bit of juice in the broadcast world and everything else of doing Monday night. Here's what they hate. Here's what they hate, Texture. They hate the Manning cast. They hate the idea that ESPN has come in and dropped a, hey, if you don't want to pay attention to the game, go watch these games. It's a lot better over here. They 100% hate it. Hi, you've been predicting the college football super conference for 3 years. No, I haven't. I've been predicting it for 20, 25 years. Hit Don Williams on Twitter at Don Williams. When I do at Don, or whatever, it brings up two, Donald Trump and Don Williams. And there have been times I've tried to retweet Don Williams and I get like Donald Trump or something. Anyways, yeah, go ask Don Williams how long I've been talking about that kind of structure. All right. Been a long time. Alan's watching. The Manning cast is way better than Monday Night Football, says James. Well, a lot of nights it is. They're still going to get to call a Super Bowl. Yeah. There we go. All right. Donald Trump, Don Williams, two peas in a pod. Oh, Lord. Weird peas, weird pod. Sorry I'm late. We can start the broadcast now. Glad you're here, Alan. Glad you could make it. So power rank Al Michaels on your list of great announcers in the time we have. Bandwagons you're on, bandwagons you're off. Peanut brittle, by the way. And there's no peanut brittle in the house because I can't find any good peanut brittle to buy usually. And it needs to be made by typically older women at a church. My grandmother's friends would bring over peanut brittle during the holidays. Oh my God. So good. Now, bad peanut brittle, horrible. Keith Jackson better than Michaels? No. Al Michaels better than Keith Jackson, even though Keith Jackson was a bit of the forerunner to Michaels on the number of sports he could do, and certainly the vast experience radio and TV in the multi-sport discipline. Michael's better than Jackson. In Jackson, people forget Keith Jackson did ABC Monday Night Baseball. Jackson did everything. First voice of NFL Monday Night Football on ABC. He was the first play-by-play guy on that. Michaels is better than Jackson. Michaels, Musburger, solid, and Jim Brockmeyer. I'll tell you this, right? You can't do the Brockmeyer. It's been too long. Can't do the Brockmeyer impersonation. But Brockmeyer would absolutely not. To put Brent Musburger on top of me is just one more insult that you could have. For me, Jim Brockmeyer, to have Brent Musburger like he's back on top of my hotel bed. Nobody wanted that. If you don't know this show, you don't get the reference. When did we start the Taj Brooks Heisman campaign? 2 weeks ago. Alan Jackson loved to say, Alabama. Yes, he did. Honorable mention, and he was a Northwestern guy. Cotton McKnight from the Ocho, yeah. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Store-bought is usually chewy, not crunchy. Had to use candy thermometer to get it right. Craig knows all about his peanut brittle. It's got to be almost fluffy. It's got to be both crunchy, yet not break your teeth off. And most of the peanut brittle will break your teeth off. It's horrible. Vitale is the worst. No, he's not. He's actually, or was pretty good. Now he's a man who's ailing in his older age, and we just pray for him to be healthy. Off the United Supermarkets text line, I love the Manning cast. America loves the Mannings. It's a nice change watching traditional talking heads on every generic game from college pros. That and, man got $100 million from Bud Light to tell you to like Bud Light. Nothing like peanut brittle from Olton. Give me some. Got somebody talking about Olton, Texas, home of the Mustangs. Give me some peanut brittle from Olton. Transfer once within Power 5, even in NFL free agency, you're locked in for a number of years, either institutionalized or, yes, have to have contracts, can't run a program otherwise. You can. They've done it in baseball for years and years on the college level. I get what the texter there is saying, but again, if you want to do that, then you've got to go the whole way. It's pro, it's 100% pro. Al Michaels turned reporter in Earthquake series, right? 1989 A's and the San Francisco Giants, the San Francisco Earthquake, and they are coming on with the open to the broadcast. They're in video, and they're in the video in the open. They're about to take it live. Boom, the earthquake hits, and they come back, and Al Michaels like, I'm not sure we're on. I don't, and then he tried to describe the scene and everything else that was going on. Eli Gold says, Damon Kelly, Eli Gold. Eli Gold. Nobody here knows who Eli Gold is. Voice of NASCAR for many years after Barney Hall, and then longtime voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Vin Scully was the GOAT. Vin Scully was great. Vin Scully also cut his teeth on radio. Peanut brittle, like Tollies, are best served from the trunk of a grandma's Oldsmobile. Ain't going to argue with that. Isn't Olton, says the texter, where the new barbecue joint is located? I don't know if it's new. Probably talking about Rejino Barbecue. They're based out of Olton. They bring their truck into Luck. But, yeah, they got a brick and mortar there in Olton. Rock on. Go Mustangs. Just don't be showing up at no high school basketball game thinking you're going to get a bunch of free Frito pie there in Olton, because that ain't the way they roll there. Ain't going to happen. Few more minutes left. We can talk great announcers. Al Michaels, where you think he shows up. We can talk about Tech basketball, even though everybody's like, I don't want to talk about Tech basketball. Well, they won last night, but I didn't pay attention. I don't understand why the offensive rebounds were important, and I just don't really want to do it. I want to talk about peanut brittle, and I want to talk about stuff, and I don't want to talk about basketball. I get it. It's okay. And the Lady Raiders are still undefeated. And bless her heart, Krista Gerlich, the pride of Sudan in Spearman. That was an awesome Christmas blazer she was rocking today. I mean, Reba McEntire couldn't have come out wearing anything just more spangly. Way to go, Coach. I love the fact that she has fun with that. And she does it in a classy, fun way, as opposed to, say, I don't know, some coach's name would rhyme with Kim Mulkey. It doesn't look like a clown. Who's the last area high school team to take state at Jerry World? Are the playoffs watered down with two divisions? Yeah, not with two divisions, with like four teams making it for playoff. Who's the last area high school team to take state? Depends on what the area is. Can't answer the question. No mention of Harry Carey. Well, what are we talking about? Hi. What are we talking about? Are we talking about this year on this high school stuff? Yeah, so doesn't really matter. But they still do pretty good. About freaking time to get here, Weston. We got 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. And you finally show up. And you're probably going to act like, well, everybody needs to tell me what's going on. It's hard to deal with sometimes. really is hard for me to do my job sometimes when you people can't even show up. Thank you. Nice shirt. $9. Not a sponsor. I'm going to throw something out here. All right. Not a sponsor. So I'm over buying dog food the other morning at Tractor Supply. Yeah, that's where I buy my dog food. If you don't buy your dog food at Tractor Supply, in the words of Jim Belushi, you suck. And they had flannel shirts on for $9. Did I know that Seth Barr coaches at Anna? Yeah, I know he coaches at Anna. He coached at Caprock, then he coached at Coronado, and he left Coronado because, well, quite frankly, because I don't think LISD was willing to take care of him the way he wanted to be taken care of, and he went to Anna, and now, there you go. $9 flannel shirts. They were on sale, but $9 freaking dollars? Yeah, I'm buying a shirt. If you can buy dog food and a shirt the same day at the same place, you might be a West Texan. Now, there's a lot of you out there that, can't relate to that. There you go. I understand. I get it. I understand. All right, 7 o'clock, the witching hour. Last chance, get your comments in, thoughts in. Anything else in. And we have to say goodbye to the wonderful people on Twitter X and on YouTube first. It asked, do we end the stream? Yeah, we got to end the stream. Okay, here we go. We end the stream. Yeah, we got to end the stream. They asked me again.